You guys aren't ready for this video! Woohoo! Man, I'm on my video game recently. Like, what's going on here? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I thought today's video should be, I actually forgot the title. Let me go to my notes app. My 5-star reads of the year. So, as you know, like I've started reading as like one of my new hobbies. And I read 21 books this year. Which I know to some of you might not be that much, but that's like a big accomplishment for me. Like that really is like, that's something to talk about. So I thought I'd give you the ones that I gave 5 stars, and then I'll do a few like honorable mentions, because I think that'd be fun. Let's start off at the beginning of the year. In January, I read, I also need to mention, I don't have a lot of these books because at the beginning of the year I used to work at a library, so I would always get my books from the library, and then I moved to college in the fall, and that's when I started purchasing books. Well, thrifting books, but like same thing. So a lot of these books I don't have. I think I only have one of them, so this might be a little sad. But I'll put the book on like the side of the screen or something. So the first book that I gave 5 stars was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I tried to get into thrillers because one of the booktubers that I follow, she recommended this, and she was like, this was like the best thriller I've ever read. So I was like, okay, well, gotta start there, I guess. And it was amazing. Like, I need to make a video, actually, note to self, to like make a video rereading my 5-star reads to see if they're still 5 stars. You know what I mean? I think that could be fun. But that one, I just remember it being crazy. Like, that one's just so, you know, those books are just so insane that you're just like, what is going on? That was that book, and oh my gosh, I still remember like things like happening in that book, so it's still like a 5-star in my brain. But it was crazy. So it's Riley Sager. He has some, I don't know, crazy plot twists that he puts in his books. That's why I love his books. Well, most of his books. There was one that I read that I was like, ugh. Really wasn't for me. But most of the books that I've read by him, I've liked. If you like thrillers, go for it. Let me know how you think, or what you think of it. The next one was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This was a memoir about her life, and it was really interesting to read because as a kid I used to watch iCarly, and so it was cool like seeing the behind the scenes of her life because I'd only seen her life on screen. And that one was amazing. It was, she wrote so beautifully. It was written beautifully. Yeah, I know there's some like weird thing about like rating memoirs because it's like you're rating their life, but I'm not rating their life. I'm rating like how she told the story and how she wrote and everything, and it was beautiful. So 5 stars. If you haven't read that one, pick it up maybe if you like. It's like the only nonfiction book I think I read the whole year, but yeah. The next one is also a Riley Sager book. I swear, like, I'm not like a thriller person. Like, I'm not like, ooh, like, I am just like, all I read is thrillers. Like, but for some reason, those are like my top ones. So that's just how the turntables. But it was his new release. It was called The Only One Left. And this one I would recommend for people that like don't want anything like weird. I mean, well, I guess it's still a little weird, but like The House Across the Lake has like weird stuff that happens in it that's like, I don't want to say paranormal, but like, I don't know, just like, I need to use a different adjective. Just like not like normal things. Anyway, but The Only One Left, that one, while it does move slower, like more of the plot twists are towards the end, whereas like in The House Across the Lake, they're like literally like spread throughout the whole book. It does have a really cool ending, and I really liked it. Yeah, so I gave that one 5 stars. It does take a while to get going. That's the thing, like, I don't want you to like start on that one and then think, oh, like Riley Sager like takes a while to get going, because some of his other books doesn't. That one just does in particular, but I thought it was amazing, so 5 stars. Next one we have is a different genre. It was Beach Read by Emily Henry. I always have a hard time with romance books because I either find them too cheesy or I just like don't really get attached to the romance, which is like the biggest part of the book. But Beach Read by Emily Henry is a romance book that I can confidently say the characters felt so real and the romance I was rooting for. So it makes me want to read more Emily Henry books because I feel like she does romance really well. Like, she knows how to do it. Some people, like, and I know it's hard to write romance where you're like rooting for the characters, but she did an amazing job, and if I recommend any romance book, it would be Beach Read by Emily Henry. And then lastly, I have this book with me. Guys, woo! It's Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. This one was just so fun. Like, that's just how I want to describe it. It was so entertaining. It was like watching a movie. When I was reading it, I was like, these characters, I want this to be a movie because this would be such a fun movie. And it's a literary fiction book, which I think I like literary fiction a lot because it doesn't have like a certain like path that it has to follow. It's literally just like a story about anything. And I really liked this one. It was amazing, 5 stars. If you just want like a book to like, if you're getting a little bit tired of your family for Christmas time and you need a little getaway, I would recommend this book. 5 stars. Okay, now let's get on to the honorable mentions. Actually, that's not what we've all been waiting for, but I actually don't know why I just said that. What do I want to say? Oh, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This was a book that was a little bit out of my comfort zone. I think it's technically a literary fiction. The way that Gabrielle Zevin writes is she puts a lot of detail into her books. And so even though it was like 400 pages, it did feel like it took me a while to get through it just because there was so much information. But it was really, really good. That's probably my only critique about it, is that it just like felt like it like continued to like go on and on and on. But yet like all the details like you needed. But it was crazy because it was about these two, I'm about to say kids, that's why I like tripped up, but they're not kids. These 2 adults, well, they're kids at the beginning, but then they grow into adults, and they're making a video game together. But it's more than that. It's way more than that. That's just like the flat premise. If you want to like go into the book, no spoilers, that's what's happening. But it includes so much of their life, and then it just like the book continues to like grow with them. And so I think if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. But just know that you may feel like a little bit like, oh my gosh, this is taking a while, but I think it's good. So, and I do want to read The Storied Life of AJ Foy by her because I want to see if I like that one better or kind of the same. Oh, I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. That one was really good too. I gave it 4 stars. I loved reading about her life. It was really interesting. It made me want to read like other books about like Mexican families and like the struggles with that and everything. So I'd recommend that one if you just want to like get like a glimpse into it and then like continue, learning about their culture and everything after that. So, and then you know what? I'll mention this one. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This one, I'm not gonna lie, like, it is cheesy, but if you are a person that likes cheesy romances, this one's for you. I thought it was pretty good. It was really cute. This is my thing with like YA romances, is sometimes it's harder to get like attached to the characters because they can be cringe at times. But I mean, can't we all be cringe at times? Like, you know what I mean? So if you want like a fluffy little easy beach read, if you don't want to read beach read, I would recommend this one. And yes. Okay, that's my video. Hope you enjoyed. I know I didn't have too many, but I only read like 21 books. That's still an accomplishment. In my brain, like, I'm still like, wow, that's crazy. Watch something else on the internet, or hang with your family, or read something. I don't know, but I'm gonna go and edit this. I'll see you guys in my next video.